Hey everybody, we've got D.I.Y Dave here. This is video 3, so check out the other 2 if you haven't seen it. They're probably called D.I.Y Dave, something or other, something like. Keeps it simple, doesn't it, when you just call it what it is. This is looking like it's going back together. So we've got the valve cover on, the 4 knobs of RTV, the red caps came off, cover's on, all the bolts are in, yeah?
Yep.
It's all torqued down, the crankcase ventilation tube on that side back on. Yep. The nozzle seal's just sitting there like for rain, in case there was something in the air so it doesn't fall down into the injectors, because you can see the inlet's around that way a bit, so you just leave them sitting out and push those in one by one as you install the pipes. When, you know, one by one, number 4 at the back first, so red cap comes off the common rail, nozzle gets pushed in and pipe goes into position. There's a little clamp on the pipe, put that bolt in, and remember 32 Newton meters, not one of those other online guides from some supposedly reputable diesel shop for many years said 25 Newton meters. I mean, you know, they might have got lucky with a lot of those, but I guess they went, just nip it up. So many people with fuel pipe leaks that don't watch this channel, crazy. Anyway, so once the pipes go on, once the pipes are on, it's probably a good time then to put all the EJ elbow back on, because then you can get to those upside down bolts before you put the cover over the cover, so you got maximum clearance. Remembering, always be really careful of those plastic injector solenoids that are very strong, but be very careful. You know, when you're trying to get in there and work around those bolts, don't slip, fall on the one, hit one with tools, that sort of thing. And always remember, at the top of the radiator here, never lean on that or touch that while you're working on the vehicle, because lots of people do, and I'm sure there's lots of people who've broken it that we don't know about. It's a very common thing that people lean on that and snap it off, so we just want to try and save everyone some money and share that around. So if you see anyone doing a job like this, just remind them, if you're working on your 150 or 120 Prado, whatever, just just be careful not to touch that. Big problem when you're way back here really, and you got bull bars and stuff like that. It's quite a reach from where I'm standing. You know, I mean, that's my arm. I can't even reach to there, standing at the bull bar. So, you know, you're really reaching, leaning, and, you know, and then if you're climbing up on things, which people do, the milk crate thing, and then you sort of lean, and then your weights, you're sort of top heavy because you're bent at your waist, and it's easy for you to slip a bit and bang, or just forget and lean on it or whatever. I mean, it's not at the top, so it's not like you know, yeah, so you just really got to be aware of that there, you know, so be aware of that, because as you can see, this one's broken, right? So yeah, you get that, it does happen. Second time it's happened in this workshop, but it is avoidable because I've worked on a couple of Prados and I've never broken one. I promise I've never broken one. So it's just a matter of really being mindful, keep it in mind the whole time. You can try and cover it up. Covering it, I don't think is going to work. Maybe it is something that K-On can come up with a guard for, but I just don't like a guard there. I just want access to be able to see. Anyway, let's get on with this, put it back together, injector job, and we'll come back to you with a bit more information as we go. So getting this one back together, we'll talk about it in a minute. What are we doing here? We're going to try and work a solution. We've got to get this little piece out. Try and work a good solution for everyone that has accidentally broken that or might break it in the future. So subscribe, turn the bell on, don't miss it, because it might not, the conclusion might not be in this video, it could be in another video. I reckon try and get around the outside of it and try and sort of squeeze with your foot, you know, from there while you're on the outside of it. I know it's going to be a pain in the butt, isn't it? Yeah, do that while you're squeezing it, like you got a dried up bit of RTV in your RTV tube because someone didn't put the lid on properly. And squeeze it and work it around, and that's it. All right, this one, the pipes are on, they're torqued up, the clamps are on. So basically what I want to say is, before you put the valve cover on, if you've made sure you've torqued everything and everything's correct under there, like the injectors, clamps, return line, which you've done that, haven't you, Dave? All that underneath the valve cover. You certainly didn't forget anything, the 13 at the back and all that. Correct. So you can't go wrong under the cover. The cover's going on, the pipes are on. If they're all torqued up to 32, 33-ish, somewhere there, you know, not like, as long as they're not 20 or 25 or 50 or something like that, but about the 32, 33 mark for new pipes. You can only reuse the pipes on the same injectors maximum 3 times. So this is number 1. Number 2, you torque up to 35. Number 3, I push it to about 36, and then that's it, finished. Okay, so once you're at this point, you can't really go wrong. Anything you forget, you can go back to and go, oh, I forgot that, and you can fix it up. So you kind of, as long as you don't drop nuts and bolts down in the manifold, serious things like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just slowly. So what do you do now? Next part of this job, you put the elbow back on, because you want to get to those upside down to 10 mils before you put the cover over the cover, because some people start putting that on, but that reduces your clearance a little bit. Let's have a look. What do you got here? Okay, oh, it went to pieces, did it?
Pieces, yeah, it's very fibrous.
Okay, all right, pass it here. Yep, that's it. Okay, size of the hose, we'll get, there's a bit of crap in there, still a bit more to clear out as well, so I'll let you take care of that. Right. Might be, what we might do is just take it off at the other end. What we'll do, we'll finish, don't worry about it at the moment, let's finish the injector job. And what we'll do, we'll take off these 3 bolts here. Yeah. 1, 2, there. Yeah. Take this off. We'll take the hose off the other end of the tank. Yeah. And we'll take it outside and we'll blow it out to make sure it's all clear, 100%. Okay. Or you can just vac it out. Oh no, we'll get coolant in the vacuum, then don't vac it. But yeah, that little bit's in there, we want that out. So what I'm gonna try and do though, is work out what size this is. We'll measure the other end of the radiator, right? So that's all good. There's a few little mods you can do, right? Yeah. But we're gonna measure that up and try and get a bit of tube. I'll work it out anyway, so sit tight. You keep working on this, I'll work on that, and let's let them know when we work something out. All right, so we've done what we refer to as a WONT Brothers quick fix up. Okay, so what we've done here, have a bit of a look around, you can see what it looks like. First thing you need to trip down to Bunnings and get yourself a Australian made Toledo. Don't look for those fancy coloured ones made you know where. These are the famous Toledo, Australian made. The size is the small size, so it's in where all the hoses and hose, you know, your gardening type, whatever. There's hose clamps, that's where you find them in the gardening area. Size 6 to 6, and they're about $1 each, just over $1. Made in Australia. The size is the small size, 6 to 16 millimeter is the size. We've left the clamp there because one day this might get a new radiator and we're going to wonder where the original clamp is. Bada bing, there it is right there. What have we done? Filed off the side supports at each side, and there's one underneath. Fold them back a little bit with the grinder. Just be real careful, don't grind your radiator. And a little bit finishing it off with a file. And of course, a little bit of super glue, the rapid fix, for a bit of glue and for a bit of the grit as well, for a bit of grip, so the hose has grip. Not that these ever slip off, but we haven't got the barb there anymore, so to make a bit of grit to make the inside of the hose stick and be a bit more gritty. So it's probably glued on anyway, plus it's clamped over the top. That's it. That's a temporary fix. We'll let you know how it goes. There'll be photos or videos, all sorts of things if this doesn't work. We've got a radiator here, but we just went for the, you know, if there's a problem, we can solve it type fix, or you can put a new radiator in for about $600 plus coolant plus labor. So it's probably $1,000 job for someone that's got to pay someone to do it. So careful if you're getting around under your bonnet here and you're not actually completing any works, because you could get onto that and break that. But that's solid at the moment. That hose will move a bit because it's, you know, flexy to there, but it's nice lightweight. That's what we've done. This is just about back together. Needs a bit more wiring loom. There's a, oh no, what have you done? D.I.Y Dave. Got a slight problem here, but that'll be easy to fix up. What needs to happen, this wiring loom that's jammed under here is meant to be in that clip there. So lucky I'm here to check the job. The wiring loom you got underneath. So just take this 10 mil, pop the mat filter out carefully, take out that 12. That should allow you to lift that bracket up. Hopefully, haven't done it this way before. Get the wiring loom around it one way or the other, right? You could just about pop this out actually, I reckon, and pull this around here. Actually, I'll fix it for you. How's this? It's a bit of a stretch, but happy days. So it's all a bit round in the wrong order now, so we have to pull this off as well, and that goes back down under there. I'm going to make a mess of things. It'll look good by the end, people. Sit tight. Hopefully it will anyway, I tell you. Working on it. All right, hang on, but you've got that one there as well, so hang on. Let's get that one off there. Let's get that down under there as well.
All good lessons.
Right. That's it, it is, right? So if it ends up looking like that and something doesn't look quite right, that'll clip into there. Something like that. Put this on first anyway. I'm at a stretch at the moment. I wasn't planning to do this, so I'm really stretching out to reach. Right, there we go, right? And that will clip in there, and that'll clip in there. Just get it to where the white mark is. Make sure they're on all the way. That looks more like how it's meant to be. Beautiful, they're all clipped in, that's all good. Happy days. Check your vacuum line underneath. You can't put it on too much, otherwise it kinks this side too much. These little nuts are 10 mils here, nice and tight, yeah? That one there and that one there. Beautiful, okay, the rest looks good. So, only one. That was a bit of a stuff up. And go, what's missing here? Where's the wiring loom? Hang on, everything's plugged in, and they went, oh, it's down underneath here. Cool, something different. All right, Hey, that's better than what the kids at Toyota would do to your car anyway. It's pretty good. All right, so this one, I reckon it's ready to start up. What do you reckon?
Sure.
Right, so let's do it. Have you taken the, let's go to the checklist. This is the third video on this. Watch the first two. Do you want to read out the checklist and answer them as you go?
From 1 down to...
Yeah, what's 1?
The port's clean.
Yep, ports are clean, yep.
We got all the seats out.
Yep.
The injectors aligned correctly.
Yep.
The valve cover clean and dry. Did that. I inspected for cracks, believe it or not.
Yep.
Fitted the gasket.
Yep.
Got the comp codes. They were in the correct order. I lubed the top of the cover.
That's good.
Yeah, check the alignment. Torque the injectors.
Torque's good.
Clamps.
It's not wet and windy.
No.
Red caps are off before you fit the cover.
Yeah, you nearly got me on that one.
$20 RTV at the front. You did
that. Yeah, 4 of them.
Nozzle seal. So this is all the most important stuff. Pipes went on ASAP. Yep. Watch all the videos first. Yep, you did that. 32 new pipes, 9 on the valve cover. Watch more videos. No excuses. That's it. All right, beautiful. Well, you might as well hit the start button then, I reckon. Let's risk it for the biscuit, I say. When it starts up, just reverse it slowly backwards. Make sure there's nothing behind you first before you jump in, maybe. Because when it starts up, in case it's a bit smoky, you know, because, you know, you've been working on it, spilling stuff down the inlet maybe, might be a bit smoky. So when it starts up, just reverse it back. So just so the back's just out the roller door. All right, go for it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh no! Well, stop it. Give it again. Yeah, no, it's taken too long, so we're going to give the battery a rest. Now, come in here for a sec while we're just giving the battery a rest. Because this is real for people, this is real. I can smell a bit of diesel, so, you know. What's the chances any of the fuel pipes forgot to get torque? No chance?
No, I did them all.
It must be about to start then. So we got you nervous there, haven't we?
Yeah, you got me nervous, yeah.
Doesn't normally take that long, no fuel check. People, if the only thing that stops these things from starting is fuel. Now, it has been worked on. It takes a bit of time for the fuel to get up there. Can you do me a favor? Just look under the car, see if there's fuel leaking out anywhere. Because I'm suspicious. That's all. Yeah. No fuel up the top here. Nothing dripping out underneath?
Nothing. No.
Okay, cool. Come around here for a sec for me, please.
There is a bit of a drip.
Is there a bit of a drip?
Yeah.
It's dripping down now?
Oh, there's one little drip there.
Yeah. Okay, let's have that's what we need, the light. So let's restart the camera with the light on down there. All right, let's go. Let's get the camera down there. Hopefully the camera can see something. Fuel pops, any fuel leaking down there? Not really. I reckon it must have been just about to start, but we got you on edge now. So yeah, it's worth checking. Like, let's see. I'm just trying to have a look with the camera anyway. You know what I say? Hit it again. If it doesn't start within 5 seconds, stop it and we'll have a closer look. I reckon it's going to start as soon as you hit the go button. A couple of seconds, it'll start. Interesting. Okay, we better get down there and have a look. I'm a bit suspect that maybe so when you took the pipes off, is there any chance you cracked loose the middle one, the one that goes from the pump to the common rail?
No, didn't touch it.
No chance? Okay, cool. Because that's sometimes people do that, because they crack them all and then take the pipes off. No, so definitely not that then. Okay, interesting. Okay, I've got to say, this is pumped up. You've been pumping it a fair bit as well. Do you want to just have a quick look underneath if there's any drips dripping on? So this is a good video, right? This is real as it's happening, whatever.
There's drips.
There's drips. So there's definitely a pipe or something. You must have forgotten one. Something's wrong with one of the pipes. Because these cars, this is what I want to demonstrate to people. These cars do not start, okay? So let me have all it takes is fuel and they start. Okay, that one, no. It's definitely not up the top. So 100% it's down there. So let's pull this power steering reservoir out of the way again. Let's pull that black plastic clip out of the way so we can just pull this up around here a little bit. Have you tightened this up yet? I'm not exactly, I'm not happy with that, all right? So that clamp's a bit low. I want the hose to the top. Sorry, people, yep, we're fussy. Sorry, Dave, fussy, right? want the hose all the way to the top, and that clamp, see how the edge of the clamp,
Yeah.
where it was, there's a line up here.
Yeah.
So the hose is too low and the clamp's too low as well.
Right.
So we'll fix that up at the same time. But do me a favour, just pop this out of the way, just same way as you did the first time. Take the clip off. It'll be easy. We're just going to get to one of those down there. And the easy way to find it is you're going to see it's wet. There's fuel dripping off the bottom. It's going to be just a matter of talking that one up and work out in your head what went wrong there. So then, you know, you don't do it next time. That's how you learn, right? How many times have you done this before?
Never.
Exactly. So there you go, right? Everybody watch the videos in the VIP group. A lot more things can be missed and go wrong. So just keep watching them. And when you think you're good at it, watch them again. A lot of people get their kits and slap it in on the weekend. And, you know, I can't help you with all the problems you're going to have if you didn't watch the video, because there's so many possibilities of problems you're going to have. And you're not going to want to ask me at that time of the day. Remember what I said, Monday mornings for your kits. It's not a diagnostic service. You can post in the VIP group. There's thousands of people. I'll probably get to it and have a look. But if you were doing this at home, this is what you do. You do a video like this. You'd say, hey, look, I just did my injectors and now it won't start. And everyone's going to say, did you plug everything in? And you're going to go, yep, plugged everything in. Okay, and then everybody, or a few people, or me, is going to go, well, all it needs is fuel. Did you miss one of your pipes? All it takes is one of them. And it's not going to start. That's all it is. It's a piece of cake. It's a very small challenge. It's a piece of cake. All right, go for it. Well, we're going to have another crank and see what we can see. I'm not actually seeing anything leaking down there. So we've got a conundrum. So we're definitely on the right track because we've got fuel leaking out. Like I said, the only thing it takes for these things to start is give it fuel pressure. It's got no fuel pressure, that's why it's not starting. Let's go and try and find try a bit harder to find that leak. It's got to be obvious. All right, I didn't see it before because it's the fuel's so clear and it's so dark and it's hidden behind this wire. But if you have a look there, upside down back to front. How do I get the damn camera in there? But look, at the end of the day, it's that one there. Oh, you can see the fuel underneath the pipe there. Mate,
Case as well.
yeah, well, it's going to be spewing out a bit all around the case. What do you mean?
Oh, it's a shadow.
No, it's just running straight down because there's no pressure. So let's unplug number 4 injector and get that one hooked up. Start about soon unless there's more pipe. That's better. Can you breathe again? Nearly finished, I reckon. The screen's so done, yeah? Thought so. You were looking at the revs, not the screen. I was going, I'm out here going, I reckon it's about done. So now just switch the engine off. Wait 10 seconds. Like I said, switch it off, wait 10 seconds. And then let's just start it up now. Bottom there, press DTC at the bottom left. Might need to use your fingernail. This one's a bit old, about over 10 years old, about 10 years old I think. Yeah, tap it with that fingernail, that's the one. I'll press exit, actually, you got to exit first. I'm a bit rusty at this stuff. All right, press DTC now, see if that works. Press, what do we got? Press clear. You sure? Yep. No, clear. That's it. Gone. And there should be, by then, there should be no lights on the dashboard. Happy days. Well, it's running beautiful.
Thank you very much.
And the comp codes are done. The pilot learn's done. I gave it a fairly good wash. A few degreasers over the back there and a fair wash for that fuel there, but just have a bit of a look around. I washed underneath around the bash plates and that a fair bit as well, so hopefully it's just run, you know, straight down, hasn't made too much mess. But you know, when it's cold again and you're at home, might be worth another wash down, maybe with a pressure washer getting into that side there, a bit of degreaser, soapy truck washy type stuff, you know, and underneath that side up a little, you know, a bit of a wash around there, because you know that fuel oil, it's going to be a residue. It could look messy, you know what I mean. So a lot of it should be gone. I spent a good 10-15 minutes on it, so it should be mostly gone, but it's hard, you sometimes miss it. So first impressions, what do you reckon?
Love it.
Yeah, it's just good that it's done.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was
done.
due. It was overdue.
Well, you're going to do the road test now, back to Queensland.
That's it.
The only other thing I'm going to pick on, I'm going to get a 10 mil out.
Yeah.
And see here with this clamp, see again, see over this side, it's in the right spot, but that side, so it's on a bit of, see it's angled, so it's all right, because you can see you're on the correct side of that. I'm being way too fussy here, right? So I'm just going to go and, I'm going to do that for, I'm going to have to zip that off and fix that up. Cool. Just going to do a bit of a final inspection, right? So plug. You get engine lights if it wasn't on. You're going to make sure this is right. On a basic road test, which you've done, if that doesn't slip down, then you know this is tight enough. You don't, of course, don't want to over tighten it. That looks like pretty well perfect now, actually. Power steering's clipped back in. The clip down there on the fuel line, did that come off again and go back again? Yeah, it's on anyway. I'm just going to have a good look around, and we'll wrap this up and we'll send it on its way on its 2,000 kilometre voyage back north. So it better be bloody good, because you know you'll be in trouble if not. No, I'm sure everything's right. All right, everybody, if you learned something, hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. Hey, didn't you say you want to do everyone's EGR clean for them around Brisbane?
Yeah, I don't know.
So anyone around Brisbane, right? You know, Dave is now the EGR clean expert. He's not sure about doing injectors because it's a big job, isn't it? How many hours have you worked out how many hours you put into it?
I lost count after a day.
Yeah. So a couple of days, you know.
A couple of days, I think.
Can't you do it quicker though? Can't you just do it quicker?
Oh, look, you know, if you want to have a few nuts and bolts left over.
Yeah,
sure.
That's it. So unless you've got experience and you've done 10 or 15 or 20 or 50 or 100, it's going to take some time. So don't expect it to take a few hours. It's a big job. There's lots of things coming off and going back on again. So yeah, whatever. Do whatever you're going to do, people. We're just here to help. You can take it or leave it. I might change the channel name to Take It or Leave It. What do you reckon? All right, we're out of here. See ya.